Hey guys, Artosis here with game number 2 between Scan and HyuK. That first game was so close. I actually was like completely certain HyuK was going to win it there towards the end when he had the lurker upgrade going. He only needed like the shortest little amount of time, but Scan hitting those two crucial moments in the early game to gain the lead and then the comeback there with the bust. So great job to Scan for ending up taking HyuK down in game 1. Now we're on Ascension. And this should give us a very different Terran versus Zerg. I would be very surprised if we saw something like a 4 barracks play again out of Scan. I think it's much more likely to see mech play is pretty popular here. I actually see a decent amount of people go for Goliath openers. Also, I think the 1-1-1 is quite strong as well. Part of the reasoning behind this is you do have a perfect wall here against Lings where your Marines will pop out on the inside as well. So it's like you basically can't be rushed. And it's also like the layout of the map is a little bit tricky to go up hills with Marines, right? Whereas if you have like your tech out very early, that definitely changes the dynamic of what you can do moving around the map in the center in the mid game. And then also, of course, if you're going mech, do Sea Chanks really care about lurkers on high ground? Not that much. Not that much. So let's see what they're both going to end up going for. I don't want to overanalyze what the openings may be when we'll just sit back and see them in the next 30 seconds or so and get a better feel. Hatchery first here for HyuK. And there's the gas for Scan, so very normally timed gas. And yeah, we're going to see like if he wants to do a mech build or just like a 1-1-1 type build. And of course, there are some other things you can do as well. There's some tricky like all-ins. Like for instance, there's the one factory Goliath bio all-in. There's quick vulture drop. That stuff I don't think is all that likely. I think it's much more likely to see like just like a quick tech up, get your factory, get your command center, go into anti-muta, bam. Now for HyuK, ooh, I like this. Okay. So this map doesn't have a great like you basically don't really do like double 8 racks or anything on this map, right? Like it's kind of far away and a lot of people do tech openers. So what's a soft counter against a fast factory? Well, you have no units in the early game. 3 hatches before pool. A very greedy opener. And I mean, if your opponent did anything like a 4 to 8 racks, like let's say you even put an 8 racks here, you're losing this. That's it. It's not staying. But here, Scan will go down, scout, and see. Yep, HyuK had a very nice, very greedy opener against him. Now, not the end of the world for Scan. Again, like I mentioned, it's a soft counter. It's not something where you do it and you're like, bam, gotcha. It's more like, all right, you did that, and it's like to and fro, right? I don't know if that's the right way to call it, but definitely you got to feel pretty good here as HyuK. Now, factory finishes up. Not that much gas in the bank. Here comes the command center. Scan, of course, going to be as greedy as he can be now as well, knowing that it's a long ways off before we see any sort of aggression that can come out of HyuK. Layer coming up at a crisp 337. Up comes the first sunken as well to stop any vultures from coming across. And there's the starport. And with this add-on, this is going to be a vulture drop almost certainly. There is the possibility, though, that it is vulture speed with a Wraith. That can also work, right? Like, you get the Wraith to just kind of push around Overlords to do some scouting as well. And you can always go into 1 starport Wraith as a way to hold off the Mutalisks. Wow, I actually didn't know that he was going to get that, but good pick off. Gets that Overlord. But yeah, there's the speed. And we'll just see. If he gets the add-on, then it's drop. And if not, it is a Wraith. Wraith. Okay. So, I mean, Vulture speed going to be pretty good here, right? Like, if you get 2 to 3 Vultures, first off, 3 Vultures, 1 shot a drone. You can technically do it with 2 Vultures, but it's pretty tough. And then, of course, the Wraith is going to give you all sorts of intel, which is going to be important because we have Hydralisk speed on the way. So, this looks to me like... Well, I'm not exactly sure what HyuK's vision is for this. He's getting the Hydralisk speed, so it feels like an all-in, but he has a pretty healthy drone count. And you can go like macro Hydra kind of against this, but I guess if they switch into bio, you're gonna be in big trouble. All right, so the Wraith is out. A few Vultures out here as well. Hydra's being masked. Looks like the Hydra's gonna start walking forward. He's gonna see these, of course, with the Vultures. He has one at each exit. So as you see those, you just got to throw down a bunker or two immediately. Also, siege mode gets started here. He's going to let that vulture finish and then get directly into that. 3 vultures out on the map. The Wraith flying in, seeing what there is to see. Now, this is pretty darn all in. The amount of Hydras that he's made, you know, if you make like 3 to 4 Hydras, you can protect against the Wraith, against vulture drops and things like that. But when you make this many, you have to go across the map and get damage because, I mean, they're not going to scale all that well. So a good amount of SCVs out here. Truly, SCVs, the real enemy of Hydras. It takes 12 Hydra attacks to kill an SCV. So you can just bring 1,000,000 SCVs up to repair your bunker, and it's really hard for them to power it down. But they do a lot of damage to bunkers, so sometimes you can still burst through. Now, the Wraith flying through, what it's doing right now is checking for Hive and checking for Spire. Sees neither. Knows that it's just a continual Hydralisk production. Looks like maybe a faulty rally here with 3 drones coming out onto the map. There's absolutely nothing you would want to do with drones out here right now. Oops. Sends them back. All right. Scan's still running around with these speed vultures. And the dropship is ready. Ooh, this is a good move from Scan. I'm surprised the Hydra's never dived. Like, he's still making a lot of units here. Zergling speed on the way, as well as the Lurker upgrade. Yeah, I guess maybe he's going to try like a mass Lurker, run forward and burrow. Don't know how well that's going to work for him, though. Now look at this, the drop-off of Vultures. This is actually something that can be almost game-ending. Yeah, he's going to kill so many drones here. Oh my god, the drone massacre is real. Well, I mean, I think HyuK's pretty dead. Like, I think he just basically has to attack. Yeah, see, he's making a bunch of lurkers. So his idea here is you might not have detection, right? The Wraith did enough scouting that it's like, okay, well, you don't need turrets, and you don't normally get Academy that quickly. But we do have Science Facility done, so maybe he can go ahead and make a, a Science Vessel and detect. But yeah, it's tough, man. Okay, he is actually making a turret as well. Siege tanks are out. SCV's in position. And this is it. HyuK completely all in here. Let's see if he can actually bust it. Trying to come through. Gets slings on top of the tanks. The bunkers having a very hard time clearing those right now. Gonna pick off another tank, actually. This tank's still left alive, but targeting down these lurkers as they move forward. That single turret can help him out. GG. Scan wins the series 2-0.